Hey everyone, have you ever had a nosy neighbor who thought they were the boss of everything? Like they're always watching, always complaining, always acting like they own the whole street. Drop a comment below and tell me where you're watching from today. Oh, and if you love crazy stories like this one, hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on the fun. Trust me, this story's gonna be wild, and you're gonna want to hear every single bit of it. Okay, let's set the scene. Picture this, it's a super sunny Saturday morning in a quiet little place called Sunny Hills. It's one of those neighborhoods where everything looks perfect, like it's straight out of a picture book. The houses are neat, with green lawns and colorful flowers. Kids are zooming around on their bikes, laughing and shouting. Dogs are barking, chasing their tails or sniffing the grass. Birds are singing in the trees, and the air smells like fresh-cut grass and maybe a little bit of barbecue from someone's backyard. It's the kind of day that makes you want to sit outside with a cold drink and just smile. Everything seems normal, right? Well, hold on, because things are about to get a whole lot weirder. In this cozy little neighborhood lives a girl named Mia Carter. She's 24 years old and she just moved to Sunny Hills a few weeks ago. Her house is small but cute, with white walls and a red door that makes it stand out. Out front, she's got a bright blue car parked on the street. It's not fancy, just a regular car, but Mia loves it. She even put a tiny sunflower sticker on the license plate to make it her own. Mia's the kind of person who keeps to herself. She's not loud or pushy. She doesn't throw big parties or make a mess. When she sees her neighbors, she gives them a friendly wave or a quick smile, but she doesn't stop to chat for hours. She's happy just doing her own thing, like reading a book on her porch or planting flowers in her tiny garden. Sounds like the perfect neighbor, doesn't it? Someone who's nice, quiet, and doesn't cause any trouble at all. But here's the thing, not everyone in Sunny Hills agrees. Here's a question for you. What would you do if someone judged you before they even said hi? Like they decided they didn't like you just because of how you looked or what you did without even giving you a chance. Think about that for a second, because that's exactly what's about to happen to Mia. Stick around, because her story about to get super exciting, and trust me, it's gonna be a wild ride. Mia's used to starting over. She's moved a few times before, so she knows what it's like to be the new kid in town. It's not always easy, but she's okay with it. She's friendly, but she's also a little shy. She's not the type to walk up to strangers and start talking about the weather or whatever. Instead, she's the kind who waves from across the street or says a quick hello when she grabs her mail. Nobody in Sunny Hills knows much about her, and Mia's fine with that. She likes keeping things private. She doesn't need everyone knowing her whole life story, but there's something about Mia that's special, something nobody in the neighborhood has figured out yet, and that something is gonna make this story so much cooler. Now let's talk about the person who's about to stir up trouble, Karen Thompson. Oh boy, where do we even start with Karen? She's the queen of Sunny Hills Homeowners Association, or HOA for short. If you don't know what an HOA is, it's like a group of people who make rules for the neighborhood to keep everything nice. Sounds okay, right? But Karen takes it to a whole other level. She's the kind of person who walks around with a ruler to measure your grass. Seriously. If your lawn is half an inch too long, she'll leave a nasty note on your door. If your mailbox isn't the exact right shade of brown, she'll glare at you like you just broke the law. If you leave a bike in your driveway for like 10 minutes, she's writing you a warning. Karen's got this idea that Sunny Hills has to be perfect, and she thinks it's her job to make sure everyone follows her rules. Karen's not young like Mia. She's older, with hair that's always puffed up like she spent hours fixing it. She wears bright clothes like pink jackets and big sunglasses so you can spot her from a mile away. When she talks, her voice is loud and bossy, like she's giving orders to an army. Most people in Sunny Hills just do what she says because it's easier than arguing. But deep down, a lot of them don't like her. They're tired of her picking on every little thing like it's her neighborhood and everyone else is just borrowing it. And Mia, poor Mia's about to find out just how much Karen loves to cause problems. It all starts on that sunny Saturday morning. Mia wakes up feeling good. The sun's shining through her window and she's thinking about maybe going for a walk or watering her flowers. She pulls on a t-shirt and jeans, grabs a glass of juice, and steps outside to check on her car. That's when she notices something weird. There's a piece of paper stuck under her windshield wiper. Mia tilts her head, curious. She walks over and picks it up. It's a note, written in big, angry letters. It says, "Your car plate is ugly. Fix it or else." Mia stares at the note, her eyebrows scrunching up. Ugly? Her car plate. She looks at her license plate, the one with the little sunflower sticker. It's just a normal plate, nothing strange or fancy. The sunflower's cute, not ugly. Mia laughs a little, thinking it must be a joke. Who would care about something so small? But then she notices the handwriting. It's neat but sharp, like someone pressed the pen really hard. And at the bottom, there's a tiny initials. KT. Mia doesn't know for sure, but she's got a pretty good guess who KT is. Mia shakes her head and tucks the note in her pocket. She's not gonna let some silly paper ruin her day. She goes back inside, grabs her watering can, and starts sprinkling her flowers. The petals are bright red, yellow, purple, and they make her smile. She's humming a little song, enjoying the warm sun when she hears footsteps. Loud ones. Mia looks up, and there's Karen Thompson marching across the street like she's on a mission. Karen's wearing a bright green shirt and those big sunglasses, even though it's not that sunny. Her arms are crossed and her lips are pressed tight like she's biting back a yell. Mia stops watering and stands up straight. She's not sure what's coming, but she can tell it's not gonna be fun. "Young lady," Karen says, her voice sharp like a teacher scolding a kid. "Do you know how much trouble you're causing?" Mia blinks, confused. Trouble? She hasn't done anything. Sorry," Mia says, keeping her voice soft. "What do you mean?" Karen points at Mia's car like it's a pile of trash. "That plate, that awful plate, it's ruining the look of our neighborhood. Everyone's talking about how tacky it is." Mia's mouth opens, but no words come out. Tacky, her sunflower sticker. She glances at her car, then back at Karen. She wants to laugh, but Karen's face is so serious it's almost scary. "I don't think it's a big deal," Mia says carefully. "It's just a sticker." But Karen's not listening. She steps closer, wagging a finger. "You don't get to decide what's a big deal. I'm in charge here, and I say it's got to go. Fix it by tomorrow or you'll be sorry." Then she turns and stomps away, her shoes clicking on the sidewalk. Mia watches her go, her heart beating a little faster. She's not scared exactly, but she's annoyed. Why is this lady so mean? What's wrong with a sunflower? Mia takes a deep breath and goes back to her flowers. She's not gonna let Karen ruin her morning, but deep down, she's starting to wonder what else Karen might do. And here's the thing, Mia's not just any new neighbor. She's got a secret, a big one, and it's something Karen's not ready for. So what do you think Mia's secret could be? Is she just a quiet girl who likes flowers, or is there more to her story? Keep watching, because this is only the beginning and things are about to get way more exciting. It all starts with a note. Mia wakes up one morning still sleepy and heads outside to grab her newspaper. The sun's shining and her little house in Sunny Hills looks cozy with its red door. But when she gets to her bright blue car, she stops. There's a piece of paper taped to the windshield. It's not a nice note like "Welcome to the neighborhood." Nope. It's written in big, angry letters so sharp they almost look like they're shouting. The note says, "Your car plate is an eyesore. Fix it or else." Mia stares at it, her head tilted. She's confused. An eyesore, what's that even mean? She looks at her license plate. It's just a normal one, silver with black letters like every other car. The only special thing is a tiny sunflower sticker she added because she thought it was cute. It's small, barely bigger than a quarter, and it makes her smile every time she sees it. Nothing weird, nothing loud, nothing bad. To Mia, it's just a little bit of happy on her car. But to someone out there, someone who wrote this mean note, it's like she parked a giant, ugly monster truck right on the street. Mia pulls the note off and reads it again. "Or else," she whispers to herself. What does that mean? She looks around, but the street's quiet. No one's watching, at least not that she can see. She thinks about crumpling the note and tossing it away. Maybe it's a joke, maybe it's a mistake. Who cares about a sticker? She mutters, shrugging. She stuffs the note in her pocket and heads back inside, deciding not to let it ruin her day. But deep down, she's starting to wonder who wrote it and why they're so mad about something so small. The next day, Mia's outside again, watering her flowers. She's got a little green watering can and she's sprinkling water on her red and yellow petals, humming a song. The flowers are her favorite part of her new house. They make the yard look bright and friendly. She's smiling, enjoying the warm sun when she hears footsteps. Fast, heavy ones. Mia looks up and there's Karen Thompson marching toward her like she's ready to start a fight. Karen's the boss of the Sunny Hills Homeowners Association, and she acts like she owns the whole neighborhood. She's wearing a bright purple shirt and big sunglasses that make her look like a movie star, but not the nice kind. Her arms are crossed and her lips are pressed so tight they're almost a straight line. Mia stops watering and stands up, holding the can in front of her like a shield. She's not sure what's coming, but she can tell it's not gonna be good. "That plate of yours," Karen snaps, pointing at Mia's car. Her voice is loud, like she wants the whole street to hear. "It's ruining the look of our neighborhood. Everyone's talking about how awful it is." Mia blinks, her mouth opening a little. Awful, her sunflower sticker. She glances at her car, then back at Karen. She wants to laugh because it sounds so silly. The cops, for a tiny sticker. Is this lady serious? I don't think it's a big deal," Mia says softly, trying to stay calm. "It's just a little sticker, I like it." But Karen's not listening. She steps closer, her finger wagging in the air like a teacher scolding a kid. "You don't get to decide what's a big deal," Karen says, her voice getting even louder. "I'm in charge here, and I say it's got to go. You have 1 day to fix it, or I'm calling the cops." Mia's eyes go wide. The cops? For real? She looks at Karen's red face and realizes, yep, she's totally serious. Karen's voice is so loud that neighbors start peeking out their windows. Across the street, Mr. Jenkins pulls his curtain back. Down the road, Mrs. Lopez steps onto her porch, pretending to sweep but really watching. Mia feels her cheeks get hot. It's embarrassing, having everyone stare like she did something wrong. She wants to say something back, to tell Karen it's just a sticker and to leave her alone. But instead, she just nods, her lips pressed together, and walks back inside her house. As soon as the door closes, Mia leans against it and takes a deep breath. Her heart's beating fast, not because she's scared, but because she's annoyed. Why is Karen so mean? What's wrong with a sunflower? Mia pulls the note out of her pocket and looks at it again. She's pretty sure Karen wrote it. The big angry letters match her big angry voice. Mia could get mad, she could march back out and yell, but she doesn't. Instead, she smiles, a tiny, quiet smile that nobody else sees. See, Mia's not scared of Karen, even if Karen thinks she should be. Deep down, Mia's got a little secret, something Karen doesn't know anything about. It's not a bad secret, like she's hiding something sneaky. It's a good one, the kind that makes Mia strong, even when people like Karen try to push her around. And that secret, it's gonna make all the difference in this story. Mia walks to her kitchen and puts the note on the table. She grabs a glass of water and sips it, thinking she's not gonna take the sticker off her car. It's hers and she likes it. But she knows Karen's not gonna stop. People like Karen don't give up easy. They like being bossy, like telling everyone what to do. Mia's seen people like that before, and she's learned something important. Sometimes the best way to deal with them is to stay calm and wait. Wait for the right moment. And Mia's good at waiting. Outside, the neighborhood's quiet again. The curtains are closed and the porches are empty. But Mia knows the neighbors are still talking. They're probably whispering about her car, about Karen's yelling about what'll happen next. And Karen, she's probably back at her house, feeling proud of herself, thinking she's scared Mia into doing what she wants. But Karen's wrong. Mia's not scared, she's thinking, she's watching. And she's got a plan. Ever wonder how some people stay so calm when others are mean to them? Like when someone's yelling or being rude and they just smile and walk away. Mia's got a reason for that, and it's a really good one. It's got something to do with that secret of hers, and it's gonna make this story so much cooler. Keep watching because you're not gonna believe what happens next. Days go by and Karen doesn't stop, not even a little. She's like a storm that keeps coming back, louder and meaner every time. Mia's trying to live her life, but Karen's making it hard. Every morning Mia checks her car and there's another note taped to it. One says, "Your sticker is a disgrace." Another says, "Get rid of IT or you'll regret IT." The notes are always in big angry letters, like Karen's yelling even when she's not there. Mia sighs and puts them in a drawer. She doesn't know why Karen cares so much about her tiny sunflower sticker, but she's starting to get annoyed. It gets worse. One day, Mia's sitting on her porch reading a book when she hears a loud bang. It's Karen standing at Mia's door, pounding on it like she's trying to break it down. "Open this door," Karen shouts. "You can't ignore me." Mia sets her book down and opens the door, staying calm. Karen's face is red and she's waving another note in the air. "You think you can keep that ugly plate?" Karen snaps. "I'm warning you one last time." Mia just nods, her voice soft. "Okay, I heard you," she says. Karen glares, then stomps away, muttering about rules and respect. But Karen's not done. The next afternoon, Mia's walking to her mailbox when she sees Karen across the street holding her phone up. She's taking pictures of Mia's car, clicking away like it's a crime scene in a movie. Mia freezes, watching. Why would anyone take pictures of a car just because it has a sticker? It's so weird. Karen doesn't even look at Mia. She just keeps snapping photos, her lips curled in a mean smile. Mia shakes her head and grabs her mail, pretending not to care. But inside, she's starting to feel like Karen's never gonna leave her alone. Things really heat up one sunny day. Mia's outside again, picking up some letters from her mailbox. The street's quiet except for a few kids playing down the road. She's humming a little tune, feeling okay, when Karen's voice cuts through the air like a siren. "You think you're above the rules, don't you?" Karen yells, marching across the street. Her voice is so loud it echoes. Mia turns, her heart jumping a bit. Karen's wearing a bright yellow jacket and her hands are on her hips. "I'm done warning you." Karen shouts, "I'm calling 911 right now." Mia watches as Karen pulls out her phone. She's dialing, her fingers moving fast, and she's got this smirk on her face like she's won something. A few neighbors come out to see what's happening. Mr. Jenkins peeks from his porch. Mrs. Lopez stops, sweeping her steps, staring. Two kids on bikes slow down, whispering to each other. Mia feels their eyes on her, and it's not fun. She could argue. She could yell back and tell Karen to stop being so mean. She could say, "It's just a sticker. Leave me alone." But she doesn't. Instead, she just stands there, her arms loose by her sides, and smiles. It's a tiny smile, one that nobody really notices. A knowing smile. Why? Because Mia's not who Karen thinks she is. See, while Karen's been yelling and writing notes and taking pictures, Mia's been doing something else. Something quiet, something important. She's not just sitting around letting Karen be a bully. Nope. Mia's been watching, listening, and thinking. And she's noticed things about Sunny Hills, things that aren't right. For one, Mia's seen how Karen bosses everyone around. It's not just about Mia's car. Karen's always telling people what to do, like she's the queen of the neighborhood. She makes rules that nobody asked for, like saying your grass can't be too tall or your fence has to be a certain color. If you don't follow her rules, she sends you a mean letter or even a fine, which means you have to pay money for nothing. Mia's heard neighbors talk about it when they think no one's listening. Like how Mr. Jenkins got a fine for leaving his bike in the driveway for one day, or how Mrs. Lopez got in trouble for painting her mailbox blue instead of brown. Blue, what's wrong with blue? Mia's been keeping track of all this. She's got a little notebook in her house, hidden in a drawer. Every time she hears about Karen being unfair, she writes it down. She writes the date, what happened, and who it happened to. She's careful, making sure nobody sees her notebook. It's like a secret diary, but instead of writing about her feelings, she's writing about Karen's tricks. And it's not just stories she's collecting. Mia's found something else, a clue, a big one. Something that could make Karen wish she'd never picked on Mia or anyone else. What is it? Well, Mia's not ready to tell yet. She's still putting the pieces together like a puzzle. But every time Karen yells or sends a note, Mia gets a little closer to figuring it all out. And every time Karen thinks she's winning, she's actually getting closer to a big surprise. Mia's clue isn't just a random thing. It's something that could turn Karen's whole world upside down, like flipping a table in a game. Mia's calm because she knows this. She's not scared of Karen's loud voice or her mean notes. She's not worried about the neighbors starring or Karen calling the cops. She's got her notebook, her clue, and her secret. And those things make her strong, even when Karen thinks she's weak. What's the one thing you'd never expect a quiet new neighbor to know? Like someone who seems normal, who waves and smiles but doesn't talk much, what could they be hiding? Mia's got the answer, and it's gonna change everything in Sunny Hills. Keep watching because this story, about to get even wilder. It's a hot afternoon in Sunny Hills and the street is buzzing with tension. Karen's standing in the middle of the road, waving her arms like she's directing traffic. She's pointing at Mia's bright blue car, her face all red and sweaty. Her voice is loud, so loud that everyone can hear her yelling about that tiny sunflower sticker on Mia's license plate. "It's a disgrace," she shouts, shaking her fist. "This girl doesn't care about our rules." Just then a police car rolls up, its lights flashing red and blue. The tires crunch on the pavement as it stops right in front of Mia's house. Two officers step out, looking a little tired, like they've had a long day. One's tall with a gray hat and the other's shorter, holding a notepad. Karen's eyes light up when she sees them. She thinks they're here to help her. She runs over, her big orange scarf flapping, talking so fast it's hard to keep up. "Officers, thank goodness you're here," she says, pointing at Mia's car. "This girl's breaking every rule. That plate's awful and she won't listen to me. You've got to do something." Mia's just standing there on her porch, her arms crossed. She's not yelling or arguing, she's not even frowning. Instead, she's got this tiny smile on her face like she knows something nobody else does. The neighbors are watching now, peeking out from behind their curtains or standing on their lawns. Mr. Jenkins is by his mailbox, his eyes wide. Mrs. Lopez is holding her broom, frozen in place. Even the kids on their bikes have stopped riding, staring at the police car like it's a TV show. The tall officer, whose name tag says Daniels, looks at Mia's car for a second. He sees the sunflower sticker and his eyebrows go up, but not like he's mad. He turns to Karen, who's still talking a mile a minute about rules and respect. He holds up his hand like he's telling her to pause. "Ma'am," he says, his voice calm but firm, "we're not here about a license plate." Karen stops talking, her mouth hangs open, and she makes a funny, squeaky sound like a mouse. "What?" she says, blinking fast. Her hands drop to her sides and she looks confused, like someone just took away her favorite toy. The neighbors lean closer, whispering to each other, "Not here for the plate, then why are the cops here?" Officer Daniels turns to Mia, who's still standing quietly on her porch. "Miss Carter," he says, "you called us earlier, right?" Mia nods, slow and steady, like it's no big deal. Her smile gets a tiny bit bigger, but she doesn't say anything yet. Karen's jaw drops so low it looks like it might hit the ground. The neighbors gasp, their whispers turning into a buzz. "Called them Mia. Quiet little Mia who never makes trouble. What's going on?" Karen shakes her head, her voice getting loud again. "No way," she says. "She's lying. She's just a kid who moved here. She doesn't know anything." But Mia doesn't look worried. She steps forward off the porch and stands in the sunlight. Her voice is clear and steady, like she's been waiting for this moment. "Here's the thing, Karen," she says, looking right at her. "I'm not just a new neighbor." The crowd goes quiet. You could hear a pin drop. Even the birds seem to stop singing. Mia reaches into her pocket and pulls out something small and shiny. It's a badge with a gold star and some words on it. She holds it up so everyone can see. "I work for the city's oversight office," she says. "My job, I check on places like Sunny Hills to make sure the HOA rules are fair, to make sure nobody's being mean or breaking the law." Karen's face changes. First it's red like she's mad, then it turns white like she's seen a ghost. Her mouth opens and closes, but no words come out. The neighbors are staring, their eyes big. Mr. Jenkins drops his newspaper. Mrs. Lopez's broom slips from her hands. The kids on bikes whisper, "Whoa, Mia's not just a neighbor. She's got a badge. She's like a secret hero or something." Mia keeps talking, her voice strong but not loud. "I've been watching you, Karen," she says. "You've been bossing everyone around. Your fines, your threats, they're not just mean, they're against the law." Mia reaches into her bag and pulls out a folder. It's thick, stuffed with papers, and it looks heavy. She holds it up and the crowd gasps again. "I've got proof," Mia says. "Emails you sent, receipts for fines you made people pay, even videos of you yelling at people, bullying them for no reason." Karen stumbles back a step, her hands shaking. That's not true," she says, but her voice is wobbly now, not so sure. Mia doesn't stop. "The city's been investigating you for weeks," she says. "They know what you've been doing, and guess what? That's why the cops are here for you." Officer Daniels nods, looking at Karen. "She's right, ma'am," he says. "We got a call from Miss Carter this morning. We've been looking into the complaints about you. There's a lot to talk about." The other officer steps forward, holding his notepad, and Karen looks like she wants to run away. Her eyes dart around, but there's nowhere to go. The neighbors are all watching, and they're not whispering anymore. Some of them are nodding, like they've been waiting for this day. Karen tries to talk again. "This is a mistake," she says, her voice high and squeaky. "I'm just keeping the neighborhood nice. She's the problem with her stupid sticker." But nobody's listening to her now. The officers shake their heads, and Mia's still standing there, calm as ever, holding her folder like it's a treasure. The sunflower sticker on her car glints in the sun, looking brighter than ever. "Bet you didn't see that coming, did you?" Nobody did, not Karen, not the neighbors, not even the kids on their bikes. Mia been quiet all this time, but she's been working hard, collecting proof, waiting for the right moment. And now that moment's here, and it's a big one. Karen thought she was in charge, but Mia's the one who's changing everything. And guess what? This story's not over yet. The whole neighborhood was talking. Everyone in Pine Grove couldn't believe it. Karen, the lady who bossed everyone around, wasn't who she seemed. Her perfect house, her fancy clothes, her loud voice, all of it was hiding something bad. She'd been doing secret, illegal stuff like selling things she shouldn't. And Jake, the quiet guy with the old truck, was the one who figured it all out. When the police took Karen away, she was mad. "This is wrong," she yelled, her face red. "I didn't do anything, I'm the good guy here." But nobody listened. The neighbors saw the truth now. They saw the police cars, the serious looks on the officers' faces, and Jake standing there calm as ever. Karen's words didn't fool anyone anymore. Jake didn't cheer or brag. He didn't say, "I told you so." He just nodded to the cops and went back to his house like it was no big deal. But to everyone else, it was a big deal. The guy they thought was just a nobody turned out to be a hero. People who used to whisper about his rusty truck or his out-of-state plates now wanted to shake his hand. "Thanks, Jake," they'd say quietly. "You made things right." Pine Grove started to feel different after that day. It was like a heavy cloud lifted. People weren't so scared of Karen's rules anymore. They didn't worry about their grass being too tall or their mailbox being the wrong shade. Instead, they started being nicer to each other. Kids played in the street again, laughing loud. Neighbors waved and smiled, not just because they had to, but because they wanted to. The neighborhood felt like a real home, not a place where someone was always watching and judging. Jake didn't stick around for the thank yous. He wasn't the kind of guy who needed a parade. While everyone was still talking about what happened, he was already thinking about his next job. See, Jake was an undercover cop, and this wasn't his first adventure. He was used to being the guy people didn't notice until it was too late for the bad guys. As he packed up his truck, he smiled to himself. He knew he'd be somewhere new soon, ready to be the quiet stranger again, ready to surprise everyone who thought they had him figured out. The best part, Karen's days of bossing people around were over. The HOA got a new leader, someone kind who listened instead of yelling. People in Pine Grove learned something important. You can't always trust what you see on the outside. Karen looked perfect, but she was trouble. Jake looked like a regular guy, but he was the one who saved the day. It made everyone think twice about judging people too fast. And so Pine Grove went back to being a happy place, thanks to Jake. The neighbors never forgot him, even when he drove away in that old truck, ready for whatever came next. Wow, what a story, right? Jake showed us something big. Sometimes the person you think is all wrong might just be the one doing the right thing. Karen looked at Jake's old truck and his quiet ways and decided he was trouble. She didn't like his license plates or how he didn't follow her rules, but she got it all mixed up. She never tried to know the real Jake, and guess what? That was her biggest mistake. Judging people too fast can make you miss the truth, like tripping over your own feet. Think about it. Have you ever met someone new and thought, "They're weird," or "I don't like them"? Maybe they dressed differently or didn't talk much. But then when you got to know them, you found out they were super cool or really kind. That's what this story is all about. Jake wasn't loud or showy, but he was a hero. He had a badge and a job to help people, even if nobody knew it at first. Karen thought she had him figured out, but she was so wrong. So here's a little challenge for you. Next time you meet someone new, don't decide who they are right away. Give them a chance to show you. They might have a story that surprises you, just like Jake did. Maybe they're shy but super smart. Maybe they look different but have the biggest heart. You never know who's hiding something awesome, like a secret talent or a brave idea. People are like books. You can't tell what's inside just by looking at the cover. This story sticks with us because it reminds us to be fair. It's easy to point fingers or think you know everything, but the truth is bigger than that. Be kind, be curious, and keep your eyes open. You might find a friend or learn something new. And who knows, maybe one day you'll be the one who surprises everyone, just like Jake. Thanks for listening to this story. I had fun sharing it with you. Wanna tell me something? Drop a comment below. Have you ever proved someone wrong about you? Or maybe you met someone who turned out to be totally different than you thought. Oh, and if you liked this, hit that subscribe button for more stories that make you think and smile. Can't wait to see you next time.